Hello gamers and welcome to another Steel Division 2 cast. It's a Squire Joust tournament game between JeffJefferson and Blitz on Orsha East. The Squire Joust is one of the tournaments organized by the Kingdom of the Noobs, run by Hobotenko and others. But Hobotenko is obviously the leader, and he has a YouTube channel called Kingdom of Steel. Check it out. And the Squire Joust is basically like the middle tier. The setup is best of one, and the setup works. All the divisions are distributed into in total 10 tiers or so, and then every player can play every tier only once per tournament. And then the other player can also ban one of the divisions from that tier. It's thematically based, kind of, or like a bit randomly. It's, well, not randomly, but it's not based on how good the division is, the tiers. So it's not, you have one tier where all good divisions are. But one division from your tier can get banned. And they decided, or they picked, Jeff Jefferson picked first Polish, and Blitz picked 6th Airborne. So Jeff Jefferson's deck, the Polish, this is like a standard T34 division. It used to be a bit better. It fell down in the meta a little bit, in my opinion. Also because of the, because they are better divisions, basically. And it does nothing super good. The Alkani, they're not as good as they used to be, in my opinion, but they are really cool. They have 20 men, one of the biggest squads. 3 light machine guns, one of the maybe 5-ish or so squads that have it, and I think it's number-wise the strongest squad with 3 light machine guns. It's one thing that's really interesting is that he decided to bring the NKVD in A phase already, even to prevent them from running. So that beefs them up quite a bit, but it's an interesting choice. In particular, when you consider that he doesn't bring his flamers on a map where speed is crucial, Orsha East. Also, one thing that I don't get, maybe you can comment, is if you're watching this by any chance, why you don't bring the BA-10. I think the BA-10 is one of the best recon vehicles in the game, and punches way above its weight class. It's only 25 points, and 75 mil penetration. 10 rounds per minute, okay-ish speed. I think it's fantastic. And the carrier Dushka is also pretty cool and can be super annoying, but I don't understand taking the carrier Dushka over the BA-10. In particular, the BA-10 can deal with all those light vehicles that 6th Airborne has. And another thing I don't understand in the deck build, maybe it's his deck, the way he plays it, and it's maybe not adjusted to the 6th Airborne, is why there's only one M42. I think 2 would be better in this matchup. AA, artillery, all good, and in the Air Force he's got 2 cluster bombers. I don't know why. Against the Challenger maybe, but against all the others, the light stuff, it's not necessary. No recon. I would have rather taken one of those, the Reckon card. Yeah, but that's his deck. Lots of single-weighted units, that's good. Yeah, it's a meh. If it's not super good, it's not super bad. Artillery-wise, he's got the Katyushas in B phase. The Su-76s also have AT capabilities, and for me they seem to underperform a lot. A while back I tried to use them as kind of like mortars, 2 of them, to win a forest fights and stuff, and it really failed and let me down, so I'm not a fan of that anymore. In the artillery role. Okay, let's hop to Blitz's deck. Now Blitz playing 6th Airborne, they got better recently, because of the Raider trades, and, Commando, Ox and Bugs have Commando trade. And you can see he brings lots of those the Tetrarch Little John and the Daimler the Little Johns, both in B phase. He's also on Maverick income. They are really, really good. I mean, that's basically, 2-pounder, 130mm penetration. They can deal with the T-34s and are much cheaper, have a fantastic rate of fire. So this is really, really good. I don't know who picked first, but I would not want to play with Piaggiotti against 6th Airborne, I think. Recon, more Recon, lots of Recon units here. That's good. One thing is, he ran out of CMPs, but he's got the CMPs in A phase, so that's a good choice here. Infantry tab, air landing in A phase, even double vetted, but they've got a fantastic veterancy curve. You only lose 2, so double vet them. In particular, the Piat can help as well. Canadian paras, they're CQC-ish. Yeah, I think that's an okay choice. He also has the AB paras for more range. Are they better than the air landing? Yeah, because they are beefier. Ox and Bugs is key unit in A phase. Engineers, they just throw the stuff and then run. Unfortunately, you have to vet them, single vet them. Paras Piat, possibly, yeah. I think that's the only one with, and the Ox and Bugs with 2 automatic rifles. And then a C-phase cut of paras. Tank tab, Tetrax in A phase, and then the Cromwell in B phase. Will be able to trade blows with the T-34 more or less. He doesn't take the Challenger with the range, but it's only C phase and then it's a Maverick deck, so also really bad armor, but the range is good. But other than that, howitzers here are really, really good. Flamers in A, very good. There was no space for the mortars. Good choice to take the Jeeps because you get 8 of them, so you can distribute your ammunition better, and it's also cheaper if you quickly need ammunition. And obviously they are much faster as well. And even have better optics. Anti-tank, only 3 6-pounders in A phase and then 6-pounders in B phase. They have the radar trade, so that's really, really good. I'm a bit surprised that he doesn't take a single 17-pounder card. He, strictly speaking, doesn't need it, but he could use the range advantage maybe, but maybe he also measured it, and there are actually no engagements above 2 kilometers from the top of the hill, and yeah, then it doesn't, and then it's not necessary. I mean, and there are lots of T-34s coming, but he also has the Daimlers, and they can do the trick just fine against the Piaggiotti. AA is really horrible in this division, and he took the only kind of viable card that he has, and that is the Tripolsten. In A phase already. You might consider bringing it in B phase to get more, but you obviously have a good air force. And yeah, he doesn't bring a fighter. He probably uses the Tempest Mark V in the fighter role as well. But that's a very good choice because look at this. It's only, I mean, the availability I think is slightly worse, as you can see here. But only 5 points more. You get the bombs and you have the same loadout here. And once you drop the bombs, your speed goes up as well. And 680 kilometers speed, you don't need it against Piaggiotti for sure not. You might even overshoot. Then he brings the mosquitoes. I think this is damage per bomb. Not 100% sure, but I think it's per bomb. Because here it is per rocket. Yeah, just in case, the AT plane, good choice here. And then Recon in A. I think Recon is really crucial. The Recon will help with his radio artillery as well. He even has both off maps. A good choice on this map, in my opinion, to bring at least one. If you make it count, that is. And so he gives them radio. And also it's just 15 points. And if you play this, you force your opponent to play AA or call in a fighter. And you only invest 15 points. I think that's a good trade. And then the most exciting thing is that he decided to go for the Mosquito Flamer. So can we expect some cheesy gameplay? Cheesy napalm opening maybe? It's not... well, it's not super popular, so you won't make any friends with that. But then again, if you use traction, if you use your scouts, you know, to sneak behind enemy lines, if you use off map, it's also not very popular. But it's war, and then love and war, everything is allowed. So I hope we can see some exciting stuff coming from this Mosquito. Okay, here we are on Orsha East, an oldie but goldie. On the left-hand side, we've got Blitz and in red, and on the right with 6th Airborne. On the right-hand side, Jeff Jefferson with 1st Polish. So, think about this map. This flag, or this one flag on each side, is often contested, but it's actually pointless, in my opinion. It's not very important. If you commit a lot of forces here, like Jeff seems to be doing, what do you win? You win one flag. And what does it matter in the bigger picture? It can matter a bit, but it matters more winning this hill. If you win the hill and hold the hill, you usually win Orsha East. It's a bit like how Shaya. You can do shenanigans on the sides, but if you lose the town, you lose the game. It's like that on Orsha East, I think, generally speaking. So usually there's lots of fighting here. Blue has a little bit the advantage of having the church on his side, but then again you have the problem of that the opponent, if he is at least as fast as you, for example with jeeps, both have jeeps, so both will be fast, the red side will always beat the blue side to these houses. So this is a huge disadvantage for blue. Usually HMGs are deployed kind of here. Blue has kind of the advantage of getting into this town a bit easier. Okay, here we are. Here we go already. We see lots of deployment down here in the south. And we see the Mosquito plane. Airborne deployment here. Heavy deployment in the center. Going aggressively in here as well. He won't make it. It's a mistake to deploy that much forward because he just won't make it on this map. Let's take a look at the Mosquito. Is it really happening? He's going for the road. Oh my god, he is doing it. Look at that. There goes. Oh, the napalm. Oh, what a deployment. Holy shit. And Jeff panicked a bit and unloaded his stuff. He didn't redirect it or something like that. He unloaded everything. The road is now blocked for all the vehicles. And all this is going in. Look at this. If he doesn't stop, his trucks will burn. But he's redirecting them. That's really well played. And he's building up a new defensive line here. But this town is taken. It's gone. And all this deployment here. There's a barebone deployment here with 2 flamers. That's all you need. The enemy doesn't know what's in there. And a Vickers here just in case, which is also really, really good. Because it kind of gives cover fire. Well, not to this, but he has vision. And then he... this flag can often be snatched away. So that's really good play here. And then bringing a howitzer is also good because it's both AT and HE. The road still being blocked. This is such a holdback. The only disadvantage now, maybe this is this classic deployment. Maybe that's a bit of an overcommitment here. Simply because this is a good pathing here for these 2 trucks. Because maybe deploy 1 unit here to get vision. But send 1 here immediately. Now imagine if he had deployed 1 or even both of his HMGs here. It would have been fantastic. I also don't know why he unloaded so quickly. Because after the attack has worked here, he could have redirected his troops and unload them at the front line more. I think that would have been better. Also, the Ox and Bucks, really good and expensive units. but a bit of an overcommitment. I think maybe send the AB Paras with the sniper, 1k range, and also include the Tetrarch or so in the initial deployment. He plays it very, very safe here with these 2 units. I think that's too cautious. All these units could be dead, and now they are swarming in. So this actually gives Jeff Jefferson the chance to, get back into the game. But then we see a very good move here by Jeff Jefferson. He knows this is a shitty situation. He knows that he's got lots of units here. And he knows that there's nothing at the front line. I don't know why. Why there was this lack of commitment, kind of. Commit even more. At least 2 of these units and maybe 1 more Tetrarch. Here in the north even, where Blitz didn't even focus, he is actually capturing this flag. Really good play here with the cheap flamers. And the thing is, Jeff didn't bring any cheap flamers. On this map you need the 15-point flamers to get into positions. Basically you need the cheap flamers. In my opinion, it's very difficult to argue to not take the 15-point flamers on any map, basically. Good leader play here though. Piece of advice, put your leader on return fire because he will now die. Because he used this. So put him on hold fire, like the sniper here. You don't want your leader to fight the leader, but good micro here to move him away. The howitzer now obviously in a good position, but these units wouldn't be up here if the howitzer had been more at the front. Possibly at least. Temp is coming in now, quite some commitment in the air. I think it's actually a good call, because there's no AA quite obviously, and it helps him hold this. And this unit might actually survive. Good quick unload here. He continues pushing here. This is also really good. Always push till you meet the opponent. But Jeff's commitment here in the north is now commendable, because the center is basically lost. He's not pouring his troops into the fire. So that's good. And from Blitz's perspective, now that he has the investment in the napalm, it really, really helps him to, to also, throw napalm on the forest. It's an okay decision to bring a Paras here. It will help holding this, but he needs to put. You need to unload it into the house, and then it will go immediately into the house. But maybe he doesn't want it in the house and just have it there to hold the flag in for worst case scenarios. That's also possible and a good decision. Possibly the better decision. Up here in the north, we will be able to see the tanks doing stuff. There's no AT here. Air landing as AT. This is obviously good, and this is also why I like the Piat. The Piat is not most accurate, but now he has them double vetted, so the accuracy I think is 66% roughly. Not too bad. That's for the first shot and it goes up with every shot. And the Piat has 200 meter range. So he is almost in range of this road. Or even it's in range of the road, not quite sure. Vickers here. Vickers not very good, but also not so expensive. And now there are quite a few T-34s being called in. Now what Jeff needed to do is prevent. He could have totally prevented him from getting onto the hill. But in any case, this was a very well executed napalm, and it's 15-9. Imagine that, and there's a sneaky flag here. You always have a chance to get some sneaky flags as well. AB Paras. Yeah, well, Sniper rifle in this position not ideal, in my opinion. But when I comment on other games, obviously, doesn't mean that I can play better. Usually I probably won't. And it's always easier to comment on things rather than playing. But the thing is, it is not actually entirely necessary to fully commit to the health side, simply because your opponent It will come up. And then... Okay, they need to go in the house, and you need some AT here. Put one of your M1 guns here. Move this M1 gun forward. We see another napalm strike here in the north. Oh no, he's swinging by. No, he lost line of sight apparently. Or the unit died or something. You can... I would tend to always ground attack with the mosquitoes, so in case you lose line of sight, it doesn't matter. Or maybe bring in your recon plane. You have those cheap recon planes. 15 points. Really annoying for the opponent. So he can kill the T-34s as they roll up the hill. But you need to put your units into the houses. And, you know, be aware of this. And he actually managed to save his leader. That's very good. With the microing out of the house. So that's very good. Lots of T-34s coming. And there's now not enough AT. You know, just Q move this howitzer forward. Back to 1311. This is a very, very good move to move this unit forward. And he's continuing. This is incredibly well done. Always push till you meet the opponent. And you can always see the front line. It's always between you and the closest enemy. He obviously now doesn't have any AT capabilities in this area. So the tanks could go through here. And there's now a 6-pounder here covering the road. So the moment he pops out, they will die. And the 6-pounder is a fantastic weapon with the radar trait. It's hardly possible to spot it. Plus, yeah, let's take a look at this major engagement now. As the T-34s and T-70s roll up the hill. And there's now a lack of AT here, unfortunately, for Blitz and luckily for Jeff. But this is what you need to do. You need to fully commit. Potentially have some recon ready. Some mortar, so that you can IL-2 denied by the Tempest. Well played. So that you can smoke. AT gun here would do wonders. More AT guns, and they can all penetrate this. Drop your bomb with the Tempest. It's moving forward his units. That's a good call. He might be able to snatch back the flag. Possibly not because of the T-34s. And he's pouring troops in. A ton of troops. Even now we are in B phase. His expensive and very, very good Sapirti rocks. They are CQC flamer units. Don't send them here. Don't send them at the moment. There's not the situation for them. This is now fortified, but there's no AA, nothing. And KVD needs to move forward, unless he uses it for vision here. Little John fighting against them. Now, hit the retreat button. Good howitzer play here. He also brought in the howitzer with the Jeep. That's actually quite cool. So they can fire a long time. This goes down. Yeah, this howitzer in a more forward position would have done wonders. But it doesn't matter because the hill is still in Blitz's hand. This entire commitment here is, you know, commendable, but so far fruitless. 6-pounder coming in. Let me just check if there's a 2K. Yeah, well, you could do 2K range. I mean, if you put a 17-pounder here, you deny the reinforcement road, basically. And you can then easily push down into this hill, into this as well, theoretically. I mean, but that would maybe be a bit overkill, but you could. Good play here to kill them off here. They don't fully die. They burn a little bit, but yeah, here would have been good as well. And now there are lots of Sapirti rocks, and they are just really, really good. The commander is in immediate danger. And yeah, there's now also a M42. Mosquito going for what? He needs to go for this. Move forward your howitzer again. It retreated nicely. He almost snatched the flag. It's good that he's trying here, and he's now moving forward his 6-pounder. This is really good. This is the 6-pounder that was here. He's moving it forward. So one thing that's cool about the allied weapons, the 6-pounder, 17-pounders, and so on, is they don't have HE. So you don't have to micro them. It can be really annoying if you reveal your position. Oh, we see the first 15-point plane. Fantastic. And you know, you might think it's shite, but it gives you radio, much more accuracy. It gives you vision. It forces the enemy to do something. And now we finally see the first, yeah, good kill here. We see the first AA piece. And now obviously the job will be to take that out ASAP and prevent him from building up. I don't understand why he's scared to lose this flag, obviously. But this is overcommitment maybe on this side, because he needs to win back flags first. 2 coming in, but really close to the hill. So that's a bit of a risk. Yeah, all the tanks have been destroyed already, and he can see everything with the sniper. AP powers unloading, engineers coming in. He's got the flag back thanks to that 6-pounder. And there's a lack of support with when you attack and push. Combined arms is, you know, key. And that would include something to take out 6-pounders and stuff. So, for example, a mortar for smoke or HE damage. And yeah, now he will lose most of these units. 6-pounder will take out the T-34s. He microed off the APSER shell, so that's good. Only one T-34 left. This entire push, you know, fell through. Now they're coming in, and there's one more air landing. But it's not in the house. Mortars are coming. Mosquito. Yeah, rocket planes are so good because they can attack from range. He will get out. Polish AA is okay-ish. The double AA will be a problem for Blitz. But it's... Look at that. It's almost a defeat. Already. All the tanks are gone. This push entirely fell through. There's now Cromwell guarding the road and the edge of the forest. Good play here. Also, he needs to try to move his unit forward. He could move it to here in cover and get that flag. And then it would be 12-12 and he would not be bleeding. And he's doing it now. Okay, that's really, really good. One of the things I always do wrong or not early enough is flag awareness. So as soon as you lose a flag, always look at this if there are changes and then find out where's the change and why. And what can you do about it. But you can see he made a mistake by moving forward. He already had it here. He was out of vision from anything. He doesn't need to move into this house. Major fight going on here. There's lots of 6-pounders rather defensively deployed. He could put them all here. Including this one. But I think it has heat, right? Yeah. So it won't scale down. But you could put them, you know, more around. Orcs and Bugs taking this unit out here now is a huge kill. Still 2 AA pieces. And now they are using ammunition against this Recon plane. It might die, but it's a, you know, throwaway plane a bit. Not quite, but a little bit. And now he knows the position of the AA, but he's moving it. That's good. You can always ping the position of AA, you know, F1 or something. Now Centaur 4 incoming. It's not as good as after the latest DLC. There was, I think, a mistake in the calculations, but it's still quite decent. Lots of units here, and you could just put the howitzer here on defensive fire, and they would constantly shoot. Maybe put an HMG in here. Move your Vickers, you don't need them here. But he did nice, he did it well moving his unit forward here. Maybe even put it on hold fire. So that you don't reveal the position but still get the flag. More T-34s coming, but no support weapons to take out the 6th pounder. And cheeky flag snatch here. Yeah, another hit here, but now the artillery needs to shoot, and it is coming. But yeah, just shoot at the same one. But good here to move the to move it. So I think, and that's kind of like a little bit the disadvantage if you've got radio, is that you're a bit too accurate. Maybe send, yeah, the Mosquito will be denied. It will be denied from now on. Oh, he tried to go for the AA, I think. AL2's coming in. There's nothing to counter. If you capture the hill, maybe try to get one AA piece. Oh no, there's one. Okay, I didn't see it. Vision is actually quite good. That's a nice spot. Not too shabby. IL-2 denied. Yeah, he's taking this flag back with quite a costly unit. And then we'll be at a 12-12 in a moment. I think eventually we will see an off map. But now you see, he's got 3 off maps in the deck. And now it's already sea phase in a moment. And he didn't use a single off map. So you could just, put one in B or one in A if you plan to use it. Because you won't have much points. Yeah, he's going for the stuff, but now there are those 2 A pieces. So it's a bit, yeah. If you want to attack with planes, just send all of them at once. Otherwise it won't work and you're likely to lose your planes. Unload. Ooh, and the pathing. Okay, very good. Okay, he moved him in the house now. That's also good. Good movement here as well. This needs to be shelled. And there's the off map. This is also really, really good. Blue really has to take back this flag. But the commitment here is huge. I don't understand why Jeff is calling in the Su-85s, because there's literally no threat here. No tank has even appeared. Tank in apostrophes. And I don't know why he hasn't microed off his APCR. You need to micro it off because you won't need the penetration against them. And then you can kill in 2 shots instead of 3. And 145 mil is enough. I mean, it depends on the range, because this is shorter range, a bit shorter, but still. Now this will be devastating. Yeah, spotting the AA. Also, if you just fly behind your line with a cheap Recon plane and try to make it survive, ideally, then you can drain the ammo. Okay, this is a devastating off map, and this is an off map designed to kill. Holy shit! So that's why he's presumably not moving in closer and doesn't have units ready. And second off map to follow. Now get your units ready to move in. Cluster plane. Why? Just, you know, to attack this. So that this goes through, I think. But there's a Tempest in me. Yeah, easy kill. Yeah, well, Positioning now really bad, too close to the hill. Won't shoot. Another Recon plane. Good macro now here with the plane. Howitzers shooting at the wrong positions. Off-map inbound. So you have 3 off-maps on this thing. Is that possible? Or am I missing one? Or was that the second one? Not quite sure now. Now lots of Cromwells. Nothing happening here. AA brought in, not sure why. Really defensive deployment, and actually Jeff Jefferson managed to win back the hill. This is comes a bit as a surprise, but I think initially there was a little bit of lack of AT, and then moving forward these units, you know, to be able to help suppressing stuff that comes on the road here, for example in these houses here, or here against the hill, or here in HMG would have been really, really helpful for Blitz. So he's now in unnecessarily in a tricky spot, but then again so many units were killed here that he must be way ahead in points, and they both are on 80 points now. And 25 minutes left means Jeff needs to start the bleed, and the Descent are moving in with PPSH. They have been buffed. They are really, really good at 100 meter. Flames also good enough against Flamers, against smaller squads. Now IL-2 will get through and take this out. Good play here by Jeff Jefferson. But he's not following it up. Second off map. Okay, now the tree Polston as a response. This is good. Only bring your AA, or generally speaking, only bring your AA as a response to your opponent. If he doesn't attack you, then don't bring AA. There was no attack here, so why bring... So this is basically 80 points down the drain. It's easier said than played, of course, but that's how it is. Good commitment here with the Cromwells. Now there's just Strelky, LKM, really mediocre, okay-ish infantry. And that gives the flag back to Blitz, which means he lost another one. Yeah, this one, obviously. That's why he bled a bit. And, you know, this is stuff that Jeff Jefferson has done here. He could have done before. He didn't probe attack. Always probe attack. And find out what's going on. And here now only 5 men basically holding this. Yeah, that's an okay off map, but then follow it up. So Percy Rocks will lose. Actually, the off map won't kill anything, but he obviously doesn't know it. What you can do is you can cancel an off map. If he kills it now, he might notice that the front line changes, meaning there's nothing in, but this is coming in, so... Ooh, almost killed the M42. Yeah, and so Percy Rock's still standing. No, jeeps or anything ready to follow this up, which is a bit of a shame. But there are some cromwells. Now they are used in an infantry support role. Good push here by Jeff Jefferson. Now put this one on hold fire, so that you surely keep hold of the flag. Okay, this is a good call. You know, he brings his cheap plane, sees if there's any AA. There's some AA here. There's ammo, but it was too far away. Might also be a bit too close to the hill. No, actually not. Typhoon didn't shoot. I don't know why. Mosquito coming in, but there's... Oh, he's going for the SU, but yeah, he lost target now. Because I was killed by the Cromwell. And it will fly over the AA, and there's a second AA piece coming. Yeah, that's might even go down. Yeah, he captured this now with the Ox and Bucks. Yeah, move your stuff. If it's sitting anywhere and not doing anything, like also move this. Put one in for here for sure. You also get a vision here. And be aggressive and use move one more forward. Also, if you put that on defensive fire. But he wants to kill the... He wants to kill this. Okay, that's understandable. And now with the radio, and now that it didn't move, I think he will kill it. And let's see if the Centaurs are now shite or if they are still viable. Not sure why IA is still on the move. And here you can see... can we? We can see the moving radio circle from the Orsha. Good micro here. It's to go along the front line and not over the front line. And Jeff Jefferson actually ticking Blitz. I would not have thought this possible. Good follow up here. Good wreck and play. AA too far behind, and also actually in a shit position with the green forest right in front of it. This is not so good. Now Typhoon lost line of sight of the Su-85. Okay, this tank now needs to move to here. And here, kind of. Cover the road. And yeah, the AA went down. Now lots of those Ochi Alkani, he saved up points a bit to make his push on the town. And he didn't really use his NKVD. Well, there's actually an NKVD as well. Okay, interesting. But look at that, that's a problem. The NKVD is driving up the hill, and because it's in a faster transport, this is really bad. Also sending them in here, not knowing what's here, is also really bad. Yeah. Huge problem. And he did notice and change where they're going to, change it immediately to here. When you call it in. Or don't change it, just call it in more defensively. And I don't do it, but one should. This is also good. He's now probing, and there's actually a Vickers here. He won't lose this flag. Maybe he needs to change the building. Still 12-12. It's actually quite incredible how Jeff Jefferson has recovered from this. Very, very incredible. Now, this is parked here. I don't know why. Now they are without NKVD. But they have lots of firepower, and it might be enough. But they get disheartened so quickly. Oh, actually they killed him quickly. Let's see how quickly this builds up. And he's in a fire of like more than 9 Well, some rifles at 9, well, at least 9 automatic rifles and also more normal rifles. Now pinned down. It's also an option to always park a unit here, kind of like behind the houses. $13.11. This off-map will be painful, but not as painful as possible. Yeah, the Cromwells are a bit in a shit position. I can understand that Blitz plays it a bit safe with this, but yeah, he's a bit in a pickle now because of this, playing it a bit too safe. Now he's shifting his focus on the left side, thinking that he can do something good here. Good call. If you're not progressing on one front, go to another flag. And this is, you know, obvious that this is going to be difficult. Off map. Not killing all that many units. The shitty off map. And there's nothing to follow through. You don't have a truck or two to unload in here. He's using his Cromwell now. Which is obviously good, but it would also be good to have something here in the forest. The Centaurs are silent, they need to shell the enemy. Now the push here into the forest is really successful, it seems. Kind of. At this range, the Cromwell will struggle against the T-34, and he won't penetrate it. So let's see. I think eventually the Cromwell will go down. We can move this in to help, potentially. And with all that stress, there won't be a pen. Shooter knocked out. AB Paras with a Piat. That's exactly what he needs here. Also now one of those 17-pounder cards here maybe. Could have been an option. Back to 12-12 thanks to this flag. Double Typhoon, but they didn't drop their bombs. Reload time for the napalm bomber seems to be really high. Good call here. Now you can shift. He moved to the right, but there's AA. So you can shift, or you can attack and then shift order them to move to the left and then shift E back. So that you prevent them, you know, going towards the enemy AA. And more enemy AA is coming in. So this call in actually forced Jeff to an investment of, is it 80? I think it's 80. Yeah, 80 points. So 160 points. That could be infantry, that could be tanks that help him, you know, maybe overwhelm this position eventually. 17-pounder here or one, yeah, because there are no more M1 gun, no more 6-pounders, but 17-pounder here, maybe. $12-12 still. 13 minutes left. JeffJefferson really clawing himself back into the game. Very nicely done. Ooh, and now the Piat. T-34 goes down to what? Did it go down to the Cromwell? No. Can have gone down to the Piat. I actually don't know what that went down to. 6-pounder. I see. Good call. More infantry coming to the center. Yeah, solidifying the hill position. I think that Blitz could have had a much easier time if he had more pushed to the edge of the hill. And also eventually and also move this forward. Move the Vickers forward. Giving his air force also more space here. Then a 17 pounder here covering the road, and then it's basically, and here, and then it's GG after 10 minutes. Good micro here to go fall back. Getting some here reinforcements here is really good, but look at this. This is not good. If you want to reinforce this hill, and the front line goes like this, you basically need to unload here and then walk through. This won't help because there is too much AA, and I don't understand why Jeff is calling in more AA. He already has 2 AA pieces that can deny this guy. And he won't win a flag with that AA piece. Really nice here with the Typhoon. And he's now pushing forward here. That's exactly what you need to do. But that's what could have happened way earlier. In my opinion. You know, just from a commentating perspective. So basically, if you move the front that much, you know, even if you do it initially a bit defensive setup here, move your units forward. Maybe not all units. You have some sort of deep defense, but most. And look what's happening now to the Ojalkani. They are being shredded. They will be shredded by 20-point air landing troops. Bomber coming in. He never moved his Polston, but he didn't have to. Simply because there was no artillery. But with what points? That's also the thing. If you stress the enemy and he needs to, you know, try recapture flags and whatnot, he won't have the points to invest into stuff that's good to have, but won't immediately help with a push or counter offensive. And he needs to fall them back, but I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, without the NKVD, they are not actually really shite. I think they're in general shite, and the division is not really good at the moment. You could move the Cromwell here. And now it's time for a 17 pounder. Where's the 17 pounder? Katyusha's coming in. Yeah, trying to take that flag back, but it's 14-10. It's looking really difficult, and they are the wasted 80 points. Still Tetrarchs left from A phase. Not sure what happened with this supply jeep. And as you can see, nothing happened here. This entire huge investment, totally pointless, kind of. I mean, you got the flag, someone has to get it. But you win the game with the hill. Also with the more aggressive play Blitz did here in this area. That was countered a bit too late. Oh, and here you can see he's now moving forward the Vickers. Good. Also occupy this house with a recon unit or with a fighting unit, depending on the circumstances. He actually redirected his fire, maybe? No, he did not. They got shelled as well. Yeah. Good job here by the Katyushas, mainly for suppression. But only 7 minutes 45 left. Now finally we see the Cromwell. or any unit asserting power on this road, basically shredding 75 points. So this Cromwell put in this position basically denied an entire minute's income. Because the Stärke here won't do shite. And there's the surrender. And yeah, GG, well played both players. I think it's was a very well executed and not that often seen napalm strike by Blitz to begin with. And then he did not quite aggressively enough follow it up, I think. And then it was very impressive counteroffensive by Jeff as well, which was eventually denied because it's so hard to get back onto the hill. And yeah, you can see it in the KD. Also kind of over-investment maybe in the AA a little bit. But good micro with the AA. It only died once he didn't micro it. 6-pounder here, taking lots of kills. 6-pounders here, lots of kills. Yeah, that one of those off maps was really good. Daimler Little John punching way above his weight class as well. Good unit. M42, is there any unit that stands out? AA here taking down one of the Tempest. The PSC Rocks obviously quite good. 285. Yeah, the AA did some work. Yeah, really good game. Let's see Blitz. We can see Jeff. We can see level 14. Not too shabby at all, so quite some experience. 22 campaigns played, but no victories. I don't know. Did he not finish them? But 22 is a lot. Only 77 multiplayer games are listed here, but with a really good win ratio. So quite impressive, actually. 80 minutes playtime. Yeah, but it's been resetted at some point. I think. Yeah. So really well played by Blitz and Jeff. And check out the Kingdom of the Noobs if you want to learn more about how to play Steel Division 2. Also check out the Bootcamp Discord. There you can get also lots of advice. There are also tournaments running on the Bootcamp. There are lots of tournaments on Kingdom of the Noobs, but also on the Bootcamp Discord. On SDL, you can check that out, the SDL Discord for the league. So lots of good places to go to. Check out Attack Power, check out Hobo Tango, and other content creators like Omer and Badger Jelly and lots of people. Vulcan, of course, for 10v10 mainly. Alright then. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.